All right, I am back again with Super Mario RPG. What am I doing back here? Well, I decided I am gonna go for the 5 fireworks. I know it's silly. Let me start the timer. But I've done so much of this game already, I feel like I want to just... It was nagging at me. Something I didn't do. I want to do it for the summary video, show it off. I am gonna have to leave this whole dungeon though, which is gonna be a lot. Go back and forth through it. So I have to do like all of these rooms again. Dang it. I should maybe get another pick-me-up, because didn't Smithy have an insta-kill move? Or a couple more pick-me-ups. That was like a slightly scary thing about it. Oops. I forgot that I even had Peach out. I turned up too soon. I just run away. Oh no. I gotta sit through all this. Just kind of annoying because this guy attacks twice. Maybe I should just kill him. This is definitely not worth it, but I'm doing it anyways. You know what? I should just play. I also maybe shouldn't have Peach. Boom. They all just do 1 damage. After this, I'm probably gonna go back to Yoshi as well. I forgot that I needed to do that. Man, that move is so strong. That was a lot of damage. I think this is the right way to go. I don't know if that. I think that other platform is just how you get across when you don't have the platform. Whee! Whoa! Where am I going? Okay, like this. Actually, this might be fine. Yeah. These are, I guess the, wait. Whoops. I think there was a boss between these 2 sections normally. And this dungeon kind of does take a while. I wish I remembered this and just did it before. I would have rather just done it like the first time I got to the ending, you know? Wait, I might just be able to fall again. No! Wasting my time. What's the spring there for? I don't know. What are those things? Oh, man. Amoeboids, so amoebas, I guess. Oh, you know what? I just realized I turned off my air conditioner. I can turn off the filter now. Whoop. Dang it. Oops. I was gonna have Mario hit the big... What is that, a hippo beetle? With a dude riding on top? This game definitely has some peculiar enemies. Outside of, like, the normal Mario enemies. Goodbye. You guys like the, Cobra Triangle video? I like how that one turned out. I think it's just a kind of exciting game due to how much crazy stuff is constantly happening. All right, out of that, now to go to Moleville again. And of course, the crazy moment at the end. Wait, are you? So you're the firework guy? We'll buy it. Can I just sell the firework now for like and get some of my money back? Probably not, honestly. At least not get my money back. I bet you it's gonna be cheap. Oh no, not bad. Actually, that's pretty good. Nice. Okay. Right, let's just get like a good amount of these. Like I mentioned, you played it back in the day, but never actually got far enough to see how insane it got. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy. That's what it seems like is the case when I saw a lot of people talking online. I imagine some people still beat it, but I don't know how many saw the some of that late game stuff. Like these Caro Colas are big money, so like I easily can, and I don't never use them. The items in this game, or Peaches alone is so strong. So that should be 3 now. I'll buy like, I'm gonna buy 2 more just in case. It's a little excessive, but I can afford it. So I just want to do, just in case for some reason one of the earlier purchases doesn't count. I don't know why it wouldn't, but just in case. I can also sell my Bright card. I can sell the rock candy. I don't really need those for this boss. I do want more pick-me-ups, but I'll buy those in a second. Also the moment where I fell off the chair in defeat. Oh, man. I remember that moment. That's one I reference to this day. That darn shark, man. It doesn't look like that bad. Or maybe it does, I don't know. But I try to communicate, like, look, this thing is nasty. It looks so simple, but it's so brutal. Do. At that point in the challenge, it was the hardest game, and it's probably the 3rd hardest game, I would say. Probably. I mean, what I pick for my goals kind of makes things a little weird for other games. Okay, do you have any pick-me-ups? You're not even the right person. You're not the right person either. Wait, I don't know. Maybe I just don't check this down. Do. No, wait. Wait, this actually might be it? No. I think it's like, it's one of these. I don't think it would be here, but it could be. Oh, it is. Nice. Let's just grab a handful of these. All right. Now I think I'm ready to go. So buying all those fireworks hopefully is what I need to do to see the best fireworks in the ending. So fingers crossed that I don't have to do this a third time. Time to beat the final boss. What's 1 and 2? 1 and 2 are To the Earth for being just flat out the hardest like action in a game ever. And then in a very different way, but almost equally as bad, is a Mahjong Japanese exclusive, Yakuman Heaven. Played it for 50 hours. And I could have lost like 20 of those hours in an instant if I didn't resort to questionable methods of RNG abuse. Like, part of me almost thinks I should say that one's the hardest, due to the fact that I, to this day, have not done it without RNG abuse, but, something To the Earth was just ridiculous, too. Both very hard for different reasons. Oops. To the Earth actually felt impossible while I was playing it. I was like, I don't know how any human can do this. Lo and behold, I must not be human. To the Earth is a light gun game. Made by Circa Vert. I don't remember what they're called, actually. Some company that never made another game in their life. And it's first party, too, which is also a weird thing about it. Yeah, I knew I wouldn't be able to get away without learning Mahjong for this challenge, so I forced myself to learn it. There's a lot that I could go into describing just what makes Yakuman Heaven so hard, but it's a lot. I'll save it for the video, I guess. Epic final boss song, though. One of the best in the challenge. This seems kind of impossible to avoid. I actually wouldn't say by this point... Cobra Triangle, I want to say, is the first, like... Well... Castlevania is kind of hard. I feel like we're about to enter the hard era of the NES, though. I don't think I've even hit it yet with the summary videos. Although I guess it's a little delayed. It's because I'm playing all the Play Choice 10 games a little later than their actual release. I guess I should have started it already. Like, you know, I'm doing Ninja Gaiden in the 1989 Play Choice 10 launch, but really it was, an 88 game. Part of me thinks I maybe should have played them at their NES dates. I kind of wish I did, but it's a little too late for that now. I did not need to do that last jump. I would have been fine. Like, I guess we had lost levels, Zelda 2, but I think compared to what's coming up, things are about to get a lot harder. Which is funny, because I feel like on the Play Choice 10, I actually started to save state less. I don't think I did it for any Play Choice 10 game, actually, now that I think about it. Even though there was a lot of hard ones. Yeah, I personally, I think the last World of Lost levels is pretty difficult. Like, it's, oh, shoot. Like, it's a bit of a struggle, but I feel like the continue system is generous enough in that game that it's hard to feel like it's that bad compared to some of the other ones. Was it because arcade save states were glitchy? No, by the time I got to the Play Choice 10, I think I was just in general using save states less. Cool. I don't know, something about my mindset changed a little bit, and I got more willing to play games over and over again to learn them. I mean, I still did a few. We still have a few to go, even some Super Nintendo ones, but... my patience increased. Whoa, I turned up my volume, it's really loud. All right, time to do this again. Does this toad refill you at all? Okay. Well. Let's just do this. Oh, my HP's a little low. Or MP. She doesn't sell, or this toad doesn't sell royals, sadly, but oh well. Do. Put it below sunshine? I don't know if I'd do that, but I can see it. Do. Zelda 2, it does get pretty tough, but I've played it enough that that one's not too bad. That one wasn't too bad for me. In fact, this last playthrough was easier than a lot of my previous ones. I don't feel like I struggled as much. The slime cheese for magic refilling in certain rooms helped me out a lot. Like on the way to get the hammer in particular. Hello again, Smithy. Been about a couple weeks here. Part of your regrets not playing the original Battletoads. Or not regrets, but like thinks it's a bit too bad. I played a lot of Battletoads, but not that one. Another really hard one on the NES was probably Western Ninja Gaiden 3. Western Ninja Gaiden 3. Yeah, some of the later Mario games do have, like, a really hard secret level nowadays. I don't know if I'm doing that right. I feel like I'm not, actually. Okay, that's down. That's fast. Maybe I am doing it right, actually. See, that's time I don't think I did it right that time. I think I did it too late. What's annoying about the final boss in Ninja Gaiden is that you have to redo the last level, the first one. But the third game is hard because in the Western version, they added limited continues. That's what made that one so much harder. Hello, Shining Magneton. Ninja Gaiden 3 was definitely up there. I would say the Battletoads for the Super Nintendo. Battletoads in Ragnarok's World? No. Battletoads and Battle Maniacs. Yeah, I'm getting the best ending. Battletoads and Battle Maniacs was also really hard. That's up there as one of the hardest games. Never mind the fact that I beat it again outside of the challenge for fun. When it went off the Switch Online. But I did play that game 3 times over for that stupid ending QTE. Whatever you want to call it. No. What are the really hard ones where they're on the NES? Like really hard ones. There were some that were just pretty tough in general. I'm trying to think of like the hardest though. Like, I guess, yeah, TMNT was fairly tough. That one took a few tries. A few playthroughs to get it. There's that insta-kill. Yeah, it definitely. I mean, it's such like a staple of JRPGs now. I feel like they have a final boss with a true form. I mean, I did sort of play, you know, the Game Boy port of the original Battletoads, but it has a lot of cut levels, so it's not really the same experience. I didn't play Ghosts and Goblins, although I will be playing it eventually on the GBA. Yeah, I actually thought the water level was not that bad. The hardest level is the Technodome. That was the one part that I was like, okay, yeah, this is actually pretty hard. Hardest level in Battletoads and Battle Maniacs was easily the snake level. That level was so tough. Oops, I don't think I timed that right. Did it too late again? It is Drome. Oh, okay. I didn't time that right either. My timing's off. I got through the Game Boy Battletoads without save state practicing at all. It was hard, but there's a lot of cut levels from the NES game, so it's not as long. But that one was still pretty tense. Oh, like on an actual Game Boy where you can hardly see and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, there's a Game Boy original Battletoads game too, but I didn't play that one. And that one is just Battletoads and Battle Mania. No, Battletoads in Ragnarok's World is just a repeat of the first Battletoads. It's really silly. Kind of confusing. I also played Battletoads and Double Dragon for the NES and not SNES, and that one was pretty tough, I would say. A lot of it wasn't too bad, but it got pretty hard near the end. All right, now we gotta watch the long ending to see the actual change. Yeah, they definitely should have swapped the names. I agree. That's a Dubois. I haven't played the SNES version. I've only played the NES one. Well, I guess I didn't save state in that one. I did use the level select code to practice the final boss. So I don't know. That one gets kind of close because it's a code I looked up online to find just to practice. You can't get the ending without doing a full run anyway, but I did practice the final boss using the code. What other hard play choice 10 stuff was there? Fester's Quest was kind of hard. Mostly just the ending. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 3 was really hard, though. It was a lot of fun. Yo Noid was kind of tough. Oh, got a sub. Thank you, Nino. Subscribing with Prime Gaming. Thank you all for the GGs, too. Wiimote, Leapster, Nancy Dubois, Suji, Nino. Wait, did I say that twice? I might have. Yo Noid was kind of hard. It wasn't the worst, but it took a couple of attempts. Yeah, honestly, I didn't think the Contra games were that bad. Some people list them as really hard, and I guess I did it without this Contra code, or the Konami code, and some people say that's really hard, but I didn't think they were quite as bad as some of these. Oh, Snake Rattle and Roll is a pretty hard one for the ending. I did save state practice that one. That's one coming up still that I did it for. I guess one thing that's not clear from the YouTube channel is I did the Play Choice 10 games all actually much later. Like, if you look at the timer, it's way off. I wasn't going to play them originally, and I went back and changed my mind. So the timing of those was all kind of funky. Yeah, a bunch of Mega Man. I don't know. It's hard for me to judge the difficulty of the Mega Man games. I've played them all so much. They're not as hard for me. Isolated Warrior was kind of tough. Well, it was that one level, mostly. The hard thing about Isolated Warrior was, I think, to get the true ending, I had to beat it without continues. So that was a little tricky. The ending of Low G-Man, the Low Gravity Man, on the hardest difficulty, that final boss was rough. That one actually was pretty tough. I remember I kind of had to come up with, like, some pretty crazy exact strats. Super Ghouls and Ghosts was hard. I didn't do it on the hardest difficulty, though, so I imagine it could be a lot worse. Same with, like, Superstar Wars. Hardest SNES games so far, though, have been Battletoads and Battle Maniacs. And F-Zero, man. F-Zero wrecked me, that last Grand Prix. That final stage was so hard for me. The rest of it wasn't so bad, but that last Grand Prix was tough. The Pokemon Pikachu? I think so. You mean the, like, LCD handheld things? Oh, no, wait. I don't know if it was. The Pokemon Mini was, but I don't know about Pokemon Pikachu. I always get them confused. Thoughts on the RAM and SSD crisis? I don't know enough about the tech world. It is kind of scary, though, thinking about how much it could make prices skyrocket of, like, everything. Next-gen consoles, like PS6, is going to be a doozy. Brace yourselves, is what I think. Unless something changes. Which it could. Who knows? The world is uncertain. Time to do it all the second time, yeah. With super ghouls and ghosts, I was able to. You can start on easy and then have your second playthrough be on normal, and it's again not too bad. You can start on hard and have it get even harder for the second playthrough, which I didn't do, but that one got pretty. The final level I struggled. The final boss of the second playthrough I struggled with a bit on that. Everything else wasn't too bad though. All right, we're not done yet because we still have to watch the whole we still have to watch the whole what do you call it? Parade. All right. Now to watch this whole thing again. Greedio? Funny, that's his one cameo in this. Ooh, I'm drinking a lot of water for my throat. I would definitely say Cobra Triangle, though, was one of the hardest ones I've played on the NES. It was just so tough. I don't know if maybe that's because I was early. I feel like what happened is that I kind of got better at NES games, too, I think, as time went on. And I think Cobra Triangle was before I started to get better, so maybe I do better. Well, I say now, maybe I've gotten worse. It's been a hot minute since I played some of those games. My skills have already slacked off a little bit. But I do think partially that happened. I just played so many hard NES games. What was the easiest game for each console? Oh boy. Probably something dumb like a sports game or something. Like, you think about Nintendo World Cup on the Game Boy? I tease that game so hard. The NES game, not quite so much, because you still have to, like, beat them up. Which can be hard at the later levels. The shortest game on each console... Arcade, it's the shortest game ever. Space Launcher. I don't know about the other systems, though. I haven't looked into that. I'd have to, like, do some sorting. I don't know if I can pick an easiest for every console. That's kind of hard to do. I also haven't thought about it enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to looking at the. It's kind of overwhelming. Look at the whole list. It'd probably take a while. I'd have to like pick apart which ones would qualify for easiest and all that. Oh. What about the longest? Well, Game Boy is easily Game Boy Wars. I think SNES is Fire Emblem, Mystery of the Emblem. NES would be, I think, Yakumo Heaven. Game & Watch? It might be Gold Cliff, but that's because I was proving that stupid thing wrong. Yeah, that took me 3 hours, 20 minutes. Did they translate a bunch of old Nintendo stuff? I don't know if I've heard one before. What would be my longest arcade game? I mean, I spent a lot of time on Head on End trying to get to the 3rd level of that one. Or like the multiple cars. No, I mean the 3 cars. Shortest NES game, Donkey Kong Jr. game. Longest was... Oh, that makes sense to be Donkey Kong Jr. because it's a game I already played and knew. All right, here we go. Wait. We did it all for this! Look at all these fireworks. I worked so hard. So worth it. And the final firework will be... It'll be a star! Woo! I did it! Oh, it was so worth coming back to this game for this moment. Oh, it's beautiful. And there it is. The best fireworks show for Super Mario RPG. The end. Oh, yeah. Totally worth it. All right. That is Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars finally done.